Pretty much all the animals at the zoo love feeding time, and we got to see it up close with some of them during the wild encounter in Africa. Stroll through the African journey and you'll see lots of animals. The wild encounter starts with the marabou storks.
Naya and Mojo. Naya has this really cute little afro on the back of her head, and Mojo is quite a bit bigger and he's a little more bald than she is. These guys are approaching their teens, or in their early teens. They're still very young. Their lifespan is about 40 years in human care. People do think that they are vultures when they first come up, but they're storks. In the wild, they would feed on random little rodents that they would run across. They are also scavengers. So they're similar to vultures in that they help kind of take away those decaying objects to kind of help restart that natural cycle of life. So what we feed them, they get a mix of mice. Some days they'll get herring. That's their favorite thing that they love getting. And they will also get some capelin, and we give them Nebraska feline meat patties as well. So they do like to play catch. They might not necessarily eat it right away. So when you do see them eating any fish or mice out here, they will basically eat it whole. Naya here likes to play with her fish a little bit, and she'll kind of wave them around, tear them apart a little bit. So we like to spread out their food. They do kind of like to graze on it throughout the day. It provides them with a little bit more of that natural behavior of actually foraging for food. They might look very, very big and intimidating, but they're really sweet. Oh, that's a big stretch.
From the storks, we headed to the vultures. Wednesday, Gomez and Igor.
They're our little Addams family.
Really no feathers on their head, and that's because of the type of food that they would eat, right?
Yep, absolutely. So it kind of helps them from getting stuck in any decaying items. On certain days, they'll get bones as well to kind of help with those natural behaviors of cleaning bones. Usually they're pretty visual, at least our guys are.
But during our trip,
sometimes they come to their names being called, but other times, for the most part, they just kind of hang out.
Hanging out seemed more appealing than eating.
They may or may not come over.
So we moved on to Betty.
So the wattled crane gets their name from, she has two little dangling things hanging off her chin, so those are her wattles. Oftentimes when you come over and you see Betty, she'll probably be jabbing at the ground a little bit. She's poking little holes in the ground, trying to get at little bugs that she might see. These guys do love to wade in the water. They are kind of marshy birds. So usually she looks like she's wearing socks, but that's how you can tell that she's been in the water. Betty loves her corn. She'll be out here foraging for quite a while trying to find all these pieces of corn.
Yeah.
She will see keepers walking by and she'll just follow us all the way along the fence line. Like, do you have more corn? Do you have more grain? She's a gorgeous bird. So ideally this is part of the encounter. We take our little path back here to hopefully meet some of our Sitatunga. Hi friends. So they look kind of very similar to deer. What kind of animal are they? These guys are semi-aquatic exotic bovids. They can fully submerge themselves underwater. They have an oily fur and skin, which they're constantly grooming to just maintain, which help keep them waterproof.
And they have special hooves, right, that allow them to go in the water better?
Yep, absolutely. So their hooves are kind of what you would call two-toed, and they kind of make a pretty big V. So that kind of helps them to traverse that soft, muddy ground that would be underwater. They are very curious, but also very skittish. Sometimes we like to throw browse in the water too. They might also get in for browse. Shiloh, she is 17 years old. And she is mother to Sakina. And then we got Sahar, and she is mother to Hasira. So we have mom, daughters, and then granddaughter. So for right now, we just have our ladies, and they're enjoying having their girl time.